Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Rome Cavalieri, a Waldorf Astoria hotel, and the closing stages of the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championship, part of the Predator Pro Billiard Series in association with Venbilliards. It's time for our semi-final matches, so let's meet our players. Firstly, on table 2, representing Chinese Taipei, will you welcome Chao Che-Yu. And from Belarus, let's hear it for Margarita Fefilova Staya. Moving on to table 1, she's from South Korea, so please welcome Seo Sia. And her opponent from the Philippines, it's Cheska Centeno. Matches are the best of 5 sets, with each set a race to 4, and in the event of a 3-3 tie in the decider, we will go to a shootout. Your referees in charge of the action on table 2, Mary Catherine Griggs of the USA, and here on table 1, Bojana Banda of Serbia. Ladies, you may lag for the break.
Thanks for that amazing introduction from our MC Luke Riches, and we are ready for the leg in the semi-final matchup here at the 2026 Banca del Fucino WPA Women's 10-Ball World Championship. It's Ben Francis on the mic here, and joined by my good friend Eric Orlovson. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, good to be with you. Pretty even match here.
Yeah, looking forward to see who's going to book a spot in tomorrow's final. It's the current World 8-Ball champion you see there, Cheska Centeno from the Philippines, taking on current World 9-Ball champ So Soa from Korea.
Centeno off with the first break. We'll see how much the break plays a factor in this overall match. Haven't seen too many break and runs over the course of the week, Ben, but always a threat getting down to the end with players playing well and cream of the crop here.
Yeah, typical for Pro Billiard Series events. The break is very difficult, but it is something that I really love about this format, where I think we get to see more elements of the game than just the break and run.
Good opener for Soa. See if the cue ball's leading into the 2 in the side or the corner here. Let's go with the corner, but fell on it perfectly. 6 to the 9 is going to be the play in this rack, Ben.
Yeah, she got a good look to start this match. She won't mind that 6-ball. She can develop it, maybe from the 3 here. Take a chance at moving it and still landing on the 4. Or she can play a 6-9 combination a little later on. Doesn't seem like a big problem. Maybe even consider landing underneath it from the 5-ball. Or move it here too. Would you chance trying to get underneath it? She's got too much angle now to move it, I think.
Yeah, I think the combo's pretty playable. 6 is going to play off to the right of it. Just thinking of what angle will be best to keep the cue ball on the left side of the table. Does actually have the angle to come to the short side if she wants now. I think she'll consider it.
Yeah, maybe playing the 6 to the top right next, or trying to come all the way underneath it and play the 6 in the bottom left. There's some options here. She's got perfect angle on the 5 to do whatever she wants.
Okay, developed it a bit. 7's readily available over the side. Just these blind back cuts. Always one of the tougher ones to judge on the table.
Especially in the first game when you're trying to feel some speed control and cue ball grip, which watch out, a grip too much.
Yeah, or maybe underdrawn a bit. I think if she went that far, she was probably trying to come to the left of the 8. But a mistake here from Soa.
Yeah, just watching the replay, maybe didn't get into it enough. She wanted a little more draw. I thought she was maybe trying to go between the 7-8 with the cue ball, but no, it looked like trying to draw a little more. Let up on it a bit. Easy to do, trying to be accurate on the 6 ball. Big kick shot here in game 1.
No good, and she's going to leave an open pocket on the 7. I think everybody's seen... Go ahead, Ben, sorry.
Yeah, the camera can be a little deceiving here. I think she's got more than enough of the pocket. I think you were just about to say we've seen lots of Cheska lately, right?
Yeah, and just, you know, her in full steam ahead mode is very dangerous. She looks like she's on this week, all the way into the semifinals with not too much challenge. She was defeated by Rublin mid in the qualifying stages.
Well, they almost were going to have a rematch, but Soa spoiled the show. As we see her put this 10 ball down to win the first game. It is a little bit different format here now than what we're used to in the opening rounds. It's now a best of 5 sets, race to 4, and if they tie 3-3 in the 5th set, we'll see a shootout. Which I think is really great for a world championship. A little extra play is nice, and it's really nice for the fans too to get to see these players play a little longer.
Yeah, there's just no way you're going to be able to luck through one of these matches. It's going to take good overall sustained play to get the win. Centeno leaning back like a boss. She looks comfortable here. You never really see her change her game, Ben. She just kind of goes out, fires at the win, regardless of the enormity of the title on the line.
Yeah, some players tighten up or change their game a little bit, change the rhythm at least. But she is 100% offense all the time. Another
Lots
dry
of power
break,
on the break. Yeah, caught it a little off square. Cue ball's running into the 4 here. Go ahead.
I have a good question for you with that break. Do you try to cut it a little more like she did, or are you trying to hit it really square to get the 1 to go on the side?
Well, I think the cut leads into making the 1 more, actually.
Okay.
But I think you're going to see more racks tied up like this. So it's a two-sided coin. You know, if you don't make a ball, it's going to be tougher for your opponent to run out, which is what we're seeing here from Soa. But I still think getting that, you know, throwing in a break and run here and there is very powerful. And I kind of like just hitting it from square from the side rail because you still have a good chance to make the 1. Great shot there from Soa. You can definitely still make the 1 hitting it square. And just opening up the balls a little more, that if you do make 1, then you're on a higher percentage run out. I think that's, to me, that's the play.
I asked that question to Eric, for those who don't know, because he's got a great break, huge break. And my break is not as good, so I'm trying to learn still. Might as well pick your brain while we're watching this semi-final here, as, yeah, Soa made a really big shot on the 1 and the 2. She's got these where she needs them now, as we see Cheska settle into her chair. Get comfortable.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, the interesting part about the Pro Billiard Series is that we're hand racking. So, you know, we've hardly seen any player go from the middle of this tournament. I have seen Centeno do it in the past. Rarely seen Soa do it, but there's that option too. And we'll get back to the gameplay here because it's a long conversation, but just as an overall statement, I think, you know, just having an array of breaks and going with one that works, switching sides, maybe a cut from one side, maybe square from the other, really breaking just more of a variable skill in the Pro Billiard Series compared to playing with templates.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree. She made a big mistake when she shot the 5. She tried to play with a little inside, but the slide got her. She went into the 10, left almost nothing on the next ball, and another big chance here for Cheska. Coming around the 10. No, she kisses the 10 as well. It's a big ball.
Yeah, I wanted to miss it. I think she'll go behind the 10 here.
Yeah, banking the 7-up table. Cue ball behind the 10. It's a little short, but I think it's going to get the job done still. Well, it is available into the top left. She's called it there. Is the 9 ball maybe a little big getting to the 8? Or is that even something you think about with how difficult this shot is anyway?
Yeah, and there is a safe where she overcuts it to the long rail, but in that case, the cue ball's playing into the top right, so not quite sure here.
Often when the safety's as hard as the shot, they're taught to shoot, so I think she's shooting here. But yeah, she did overcut it just a little bit, maybe by design.
Yeah, I was going to create more distance that way, but Centeno with a long distance aggressive shot here. Oh. How can we explain how tough that shot has been? High speed, distance, on an angle, steps up and fires it in the back of the pocket. Great shot.
This is where pool on TV just looks so easy because these players are so good and she shoots it in 10 seconds. But that shot, like you said, is so hard to explain how difficult that is. Let alone land pretty good on the 8 ball, which she did.
It's a great start here for Centeno.
I like what she's done there to use the extra rail up and down. I think a lot of us try to hold that ball, maybe off 2 rails with the side spin, but she played it really great. And cruise control here.
Yeah, Soa was a little under her overall player performance total in the semifinal. She finished off with about a 780. A little bit low for her. And I think it's going to take more than a 780 to win this match.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. It's going to take something big to beat this lady here. She's in absolute dead punch over the last couple of weeks.
See if Centeno keeps with the same break here.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see her switch sides.
Yeah, I was going to say she is going to stay on the same side. I thought she might switch. See if she goes a little more square, sticks with the cut.
Oh, she
Cut
hit
it.
it so good. The one ball's
Yeah.
in this time, but
That's the one she wants to see. One ball just rocketing in the side pocket. Can't roll behind the 8 here. Has to cut the 2 too much.
yeah, maybe behind the 10 or maybe draw underneath the 5. I like the other way, yeah, underneath the 3 maybe, because the 2 ball kind of stays there, so you don't have to worry about where the 2's going. Looks pretty good. Well, she looks comfortable out there, very focused and very determined. And I've always said the player that has a little something extra to play for, outside of the money, the titles, the glory. Cheska's playing, you know, in honor of her mother, who she lost just recently. That little extra motivation goes a long way.
Yeah, the World 8-Ball Championship. Her first major since her mother's passing, and she won that title. Very emotional afterwards.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, Eric.
Yeah, and she mentioned it a couple times in interviews. First miss from Centeno. She did mention it a couple times in interviews throughout the course of this week, so it's on her mind and seems to be good for her so far.
Yeah, first big miss there from distance. Won't see her miss too many of those. She left it pretty tough, so is probably putting the cue ball under the 10 here. Great shot.
Had to come really close to the corner pocket on that one.
Yeah, touchy one. A great camera angle here to see that. I don't know if she has any of that 2 ball. Kicking it's probably the better option anyway. Unless she can see some and think she can spin the cue ball under the 10 again here. Or is it the 8? Or is it the 5? What a shot that is.
Good shot. Called the 2 just in case, but was playing safe all the way there. She brings out the swerve play more than any player I've ever seen. Even in jumping situations, she really likes to control that swerve for certain little shots. Kind of a lost art form with the jump cues now.
I was just thinking the exact same thing, Eric. Must be all Canadians think alike, but yeah, she's so good with the swerve shot. Did the 9 get the rail here? I don't think it
I
did.
have a feeling it didn't.
Oh,
So it knows
Yeah,
it. No protest.
okay. Must get a rail after contacting the balls. She couldn't have got any closer, I should say. Trying to stay under the 9 or the 3 there. She had to hit it soft. Had to take a chance.
9 ball coming about as close as possible to the rail without hitting it, but good call from our ref.
Yeah, and I think the 2 would have got to the rail with the speed she played it, but it crashed into the 3 and slowed it down. Well, it didn't really grip the right spin like she wanted to come a little closer to the 4. She's got a bit of a tester here. These side pockets are tough. She might shoot this in the corner. Yeah, that tells you how tough the side pockets are here on the arc table. She's going to play the corner. It's right in the middle of the pocket. It's like the shot clock has barely reset and started counting again before she shot the next ball. 5 seconds per shot.
I recently did the finals of the World 8-Ball Championships that Centeno won, and she was on 15 seconds a shot playing 8-ball. I mean, it doesn't even matter the game. Her natural sense of what to do and execute within a quick amount of time is really unmatched.
I watched that one too, Eric, closely as I was helping out with the stats that day. And yeah, they said 15 seconds. And I figured by the end of it, she was probably about 14 seconds. And did they miss one ball each?
She missed one ball in the final rack. Was absolutely flawless besides that.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, Kelly played well too. Only missed one ball. Centeno coming out with the win. Some Filipino fans in the crowd.
I love how they always come out to support the players. Like no matter what match it is, what round it's in, final, semifinal, round one. It can be on the other side of the world. There's always some fans there supporting these players. I love that. Let's watch this one ball. The left side again. She's got it figured out, I think.
And she's going to get a shot this time. Tough one being over top. A little tough to slow it down as well. She's got the break dialed in here.
Yeah, as we watch the balls come to rest, what Eric's saying is shooting over the 10 and cutting this 2, it's really hard to hold it for the 3. She might be playing safe on the 3 the next shot. But
pretty good
from here, I think she goes. There's a nice lane between the 8-6 for the cue ball. Up and down.
She's got it.
Oh, but she crashed the 8. That's okay.
Look how quick she's just shooting this 3-railer.
With the smallest window.
Hitting the 6, and she could have, but just got around it nicely. I don't know, Ben.
Why not?
If she keeps playing like this, it's just so tough to beat.
Yeah, I know you like playing quick too, Eric, but I don't know if even you would have shot that 4 ball that quick. It was the smallest window to get on the 5. She made it look like just another day at the office.
Yeah. She's always had this really high gear, but the consistency that she's coming with it now is just getting more.
And she's still so young. It's incredible to think that she's probably going to get a lot better than this too.
High speed, no problem. Cubo back on a dime. And this is going to be the first set for Centeno in quick fashion. 23 minutes here for the first set.
Incredible. Well, and so is going to step away, and I would agree she should. Maybe you can slow her down with the timeout. Eric and I will slow down a bit with a timeout too. We'll be right back. Looks like we've got the players back in the arena. The referee's got the balls racked. It's going to be Soa to break the first rack here in set number 2. Ben Francis back here with Eric Orlofsson. What a set that was, Eric.
Yeah, Centeno throwing in a break and run. Only one missed ball. High player overall performance. Soa's got the break going now.
Yeah, does this one ball go, do you think, by the 8?
Yeah, looks like she's blocked there.
Chance for a really good safety, though. There's a good wall there. But there's always a gap. I don't think she's left her enough to pocket this ball anywhere, but she might be able to play a good safety in return.
Yeah, I wonder if Centeno can play a creative one here, sticking the cue ball behind the 3 and banking the 1 all the way down near the bottom short rail.
She's making the
Call the
4.
4? Wow.
Okay.
Never saw that.
I guess if you're that good, then that's the shot you play, right? Unbelievable. And she's got half position on the 1 ball, mind you. Pretty tough shot. They don't come much tougher than that.
Yeah, never wanted to slow roll at that ball, but was forced to. So a chance for Soa to get out to the lead here. Get her first game on the board.
I feel like
3
she
doesn't have
needs
the
this
most
ball.
obvious pockets. Definitely, you know, just trying to tide the momentum that Centeno was bringing from the first set.
Yeah, it can definitely slip away quick. The way that lady's playing, she'll beat you in 45 minutes. That's Soa, very formidable, and she knows what she needs to do. Good shot there. Soa's cue action so smooth. She just takes the cue back so smooth, delivers it forward so smooth. Timing's perfect. She just does everything right.
Yeah, I've mentioned this on a few occasions. She's kind of lengthened her backstroke over the past year and a half, and since she has, the results have gone up. She was always smooth, but just made it a little smoother, and it was a noticeable difference to me, just kind of an inch or 2 more on the way back. Real solid stance, too. Straight back leg. I feel like she's real solid over the ball.
Yeah, and she gets down really low, and she stays really low. You can see how her head doesn't really move as she gets through the ball. That's a big key to good pool. Cheska a little looser, so we don't see it as much from her because the movements are quick. She's pretty smooth, too, and stays down exceptionally well, too. This 10 ball to make her mark in the semifinal.
She's got it.
Got it.
So a half mistake from Centeno, punished by Soa. Soa defeated Sophia Mass in the round of 16 and Rublin Amid in the quarterfinals. Centeno defeating Kawahara in the final Savannah Easton in the final 16, and Chihiro Kawahara in the quarterfinals.
So we see those shiny, nice Arcos 2 balls playing on this great arc table with the nice Simonis cloth, and there's lots of seats in the arena if anybody's in the area or just want to book a quick flight and go to Rome for a couple of days. It is free to watch in person, of course, free to watch here on Pro Billiard TV on YouTube as well, and there is another TV table going on with another match as we see Soa breaking dry here. And the one ball's on for Cheska.
Yeah, big power draw, drawing across and back to the right side of the table. But these type of shots right up Centeno's alley. She had room to stun past the 10.
Didn't want to flick the 3. Well,
little off on the speed there, Ben. I'm wondering what she was trying to do with the cue ball. Maybe bring it between the 2-7 and all the way around the 7.
well, and I wonder if she was kind of just taking what she could get to make sure she pocketed the 1. It looked a little, yeah, like she hit at break speed. But so
Good
good
half
with
ball
the kick
kick
shot.
there.
And you notice how she never even looked at her jump cue. It was never going to be a jump cue. But I think a lot of players would have. They would have considered it first. She never considered it at all, which the kick was the right shot.
Absolutely, yeah. She kicks more than most top players. She swerves the ball more than most top players.
Oh, I think that's important, too. I think a lot of players use the jump cue as a bailout too many times just to make sure they get the hit, but it's not the right shot. Little mistake here from Soa. Didn't want to crash into the 4. She's trying to get around the 4.
Shot. Just slightly heavy on the speed. Not afraid to cut this one in, though, Ben.
Yeah, fearlessly. Just going to call it right away. Never thought of anything else. Is it going to get there? Wow. And the cue ball around the 9.
Just good.
Yeah, she's feeling it out there. Played it with some check spin. Pocket weight on the 3. Unbelievable shot.
Might have to go rail first here.
Yeah, exactly.
She did. Got the cue ball moving towards the 5, but it's going to end up on top of it.
Well, and both side pockets may be in play with the escape here. Maybe she can draw it a bit. Enough space between the 5 and the cue ball. She's going to elevate the back end of the cue and play it with bottom left. Try to draw the cue ball under the 10, I think. All the way under the 6-9. Look at this shot. Just crept out.
Almost perfect there. But another chance for Soa to get ahead here. Not easy. Straight in, distance. Might have to go rail first again. Could play into the 7, though, off that rail first play.
These type of shots are brutal. It's absolutely a good call, Eric. 7 was a big ball there. Can she see enough to make it in off the 9? I don't think she can see enough to just cut it straight in, but I'd be able to play the carom shot.
Looks like she's throwing it a bit with some right spin.
Can see that shot clock's real factor. Yeah, just running out of time a little bit. They get 30 seconds with one extension of 30 seconds per rack. I think she's wisely used it there. Tried to play it in off.
Yeah, tough starting position for Sohan. Wasn't able to get through it. So a couple half turnovers from both players here in the first 2 games. Centeno looking good to take game number 2. They have some match history. Centeno's ahead 3-1 overall in their lifetime meetings. Soa won at the 2024 World 10-Ball Championship. And Centeno at the 2024 Las Vegas Women's Open. 2023 PBS Puerto Rico. In the APF Asian Women's 9-Ball, Centeno was the winner.
Get the speed control to get on the correct side of the 8. That was extremely well done. And yeah, you'd think they're both so young, Eric. They'll probably play each other another 100 times in big tournaments. Be fun to see what the stats look like in 20 years or so.
Yeah, near the end, too, not quite enough of a subsect to really say one player has the advantage or not, but Centeno winning 3 to 4 meetings so far. Things going a little slower over on table number 2. Margaret Fafalova and Chaeyu Cho tied at 2 games apiece.
Yeah, they're having an exciting first set over there. Both players battling hard to try to get to the final. And what a big final it will be. $55,000 to the winner of this event, 33 to the runner-up. They're playing for a good chunk of change out there.
Yeah, I think it could be the highest. Yeah, I think it could be the highest first prize in the history of the women's game.
Yeah, I think so. Incredible stuff from Predator, Pro Billiard Series, and all those amazing sponsors coming together. Just getting bigger and better every year, every event. Still 4 more events to come this year. As we see Soa playing a safety here behind the 8, but it's going to leak out. She's not happy with that one. That was high percentage to get behind something.
Yeah, lots of balls that she could have got behind. Centeno's not going to be able to hold one rail here. Wonder if she'll go 3 rails forward. Great shot. And looking good for the rest of the rack now. So Centeno likely back in the lead. I think we can just let her go here and admire the quickness and exactness of how she moves the cue ball.
Yeah, and she won't have to move it much. On these last 6 balls are all close together. But admire was the word, Eric. I mean, this is fun to watch. She is easy, to follow when she's playing this quick. It's just something about lefties too. I'm sure you've noticed that as well, Eric. Seems like lefty pool players are just deadly accurate and talented.
Yeah, it's kind of in all sports. Lefty pitchers, you know, they seem to, when they are at the highest level, they seem to be just play the game a little differently, or kind of just, I don't know, it's a different look than other athletes.
Oh, you could see she really slopped that ball in there, and that changed position on the 8. Small tester here, if there was one for her. Yeah, uncomfortable on the bridge. That's when we see the miss come in from these players. She takes her time.
Just got it. How's the cue ball?
It's not where she
It's
wanted
okay
it
in
to
the
be.
side.
Right? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Tight side pockets. I wonder if she has to shoot the 10 in there next too. Looks like it.
How about the old school baby powder on the table there, Ben?
I love
Don't
it.
see anybody use that anymore.
The other Canadian, Eric, likes to use it, as I'm sure you know. He makes a big mess of it everywhere.
Yeah, I think the Filipinos are the last players that ever used it.
Yeah, that's right. And since they've made all these great gloves, I feel like it's unnecessary, but it's a comfort thing for sure. Oh, she looked good on these last 2 shots. These are not easy shots in these side pockets. She just makes pool look way too easy. You kind of do the same thing when you're motoring around, Eric.
Yeah, but I only do it about 25% of the time. I mean, we honestly, in a couple years past, we did see Centeno be a little bit more inconsistent. And we did see her winning maybe 1 of every 4 events. But in the past 6 months, it just seems like something's different. Coming up with that consistency more often. And it's such a dangerous style. It's a little volatile. But if you can get it going consistently, I mean, like I said earlier, it's just really tough to beat.
Well, I remember when we watched her in Vegas earlier this year, yeah, and maybe around 6 months ago, she looked just like a little reckless. But now she's playing confident but in control, it seems, and yeah, way more consistent. She holds her hand up in apology dry break, but the 1 ball's hidden. See it get kissed away from the side pocket right away. That's often what happens. It's going towards there, but something kisses it away. Push out for the first time in this semifinal. She can push the cue ball anywhere. Cheska will decide if she wants to shoot or let her shoot again.
I don't mind passing here.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Do you put her back in? I think maybe. But she's so confident, it's probably hard to do that.
Yeah.
She just wants to shoot everything. But yeah, passes it up.
So I can try to line the cue ball up with the 10. She's looking at getting the cue ball all the way back down table. It's going to be hard to do that.
Yeah, I thought something more simple with the 10 because worst case, you let her see the 1, but she can't pocket it. But sometimes when you're playing a player as great as Cheska, it makes you go for a little something extra on the safeties, knowing that she kicks so good.
Off the mark on this one, and another chance for Centeno.
Yeah, she just hasn't got the cue ball under control yet here. So that's a couple safeties she's let go. But not punished this time. Yeah, you could see her kind of look to the sky there a bit, like she's trying to get herself up for this, get into gear.
Centeno currently at an 842 player overall performance. Soa down at 677. That'll rise as she starts to win more games.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep these elite players down. They don't just fold up and let you run over them. Often they just dig in a little deeper and find a way to come back. So that is fully what I would expect from this champion.
Gonna need some right spin to hold to the right of the 4. Pretty comfortable in the pocketing here.
Yeah, can't afford to be straight in on the 4 because the 5 has a very small lane to get on. Maybe between the 6-8 here.
I think it has to be. A couple young fans in the crowd.
Just get there. A little thinner than she would have liked, but this is better than being behind the 8 ball. Good shot there. Holds good position for the 6.
Yeah, good stuff from Soa. She's been under the gun this whole match so far.
Yeah, and it's not easy when your opponent is just firing away. It's intimidating and it's, you know, tough to come with it. Just focus on your own game, but she's a world champion. She'll know what she needs to do to beat this player that's in fine form. Just make the balls when she gets the chance. She probably wouldn't have minded being straight in on this 8 to just draw back, but coming around the 10 is fine. This is an okay angle. Watch the side
Out
pocket
from the
a bit,
side.
though.
It's okay.
It was there.
Yeah, that would have been a huge turning point in the second set if that cue ball was to go in there. Just under-drew it slightly. A little closer to the rail than ideal. Nice and straight on the 10.
And you can see how well she lines up to the shot. Just approaches everything super straight. Fundamentals are great. That's why she doesn't miss too many of those.
Yeah, she does a really underrated thing too. She kind of lowers her head down slowly onto the line of the shot and really on a straight line down. Really helps her lock in on the contact point on the object ball, I think.
Yeah, you can see that nice loose grip. got this set much, much closer. She's now at a 756 overall performance, and she'd love to see a break and run at some point here. I think she might need one to beat this lady.
She's gone predominantly from the right side of the table. 50% break success so far. Sticking over to the right here.
They both seen a ball go in from over here, so I don't blame them for sticking over here. The one ball misses. Nothing else is close. A shot for Cheska. Tricky position from the one ball to the two ball, though.
Yeah, 3 and the 8 playing big off the second rail. Just fire through them. Well, she freed the cue ball up from that area. She knew she was going to hit it. Good shot.
Yeah, and a lot of times I think she just fires in the ball knowing that she can handle whatever comes up next anyway. Like in those kind of situations where she can't just fully control it. Oh, the shot that is too, played in off the 4. She's overdrawn the cue ball a bit, though. Could see her like sideways eye the bank shot there. She wanted to keep shooting. It's hard for her to pass it up. But really good save. Hard to argue with that. If you know you can put them in jail like that. High percentage. As we see there, the in off. Yeah, but the cue ball just gripped a little bit, but smart shot. Wisely found. The other impressive thing is she didn't really take long to find that shot. She found it in about 8 seconds and shot it 2 seconds later.
Yeah, my first intuition there was the combo, but that was the right shot for sure. Just got a little off of the control.
Yeah,
she's
even
come up
right
with
up
the ball
until
in hand here.
Yeah, good safety. Bought her the ball in hand. Don't see Soa drive by that kick too much, but it did need some right spin, as we'll see here. And she didn't want to hit it soft, so not that hard to drive by that ball anytime you're trying to use lots of spin.
Open rack for Centeno.
Yeah, really just a 5 ball to the 6, but she's going to have perfect angle here to just draw for the 6 in the side pocket. No way.
An unexpected miss. Did you see what happened there? She kind of tapped on her sponsor patch just before she shot the ball. It's just funny how the littlest things can play with your mind. But this is a big change in the second set here.
And she was still over there pressing it on her shirt, so it really did bother her.
Huh.
Maybe move it to the sleeve or somewhere where it's not rubbing the cue, right?
It's all Talm's fault on that one. I'm just kidding, of course. But
we can see Soa has lots of those patches on there too, and I've always been in awe that it doesn't bother her. It would definitely bother me. It's hard to get the cue in the right place, not rubbing up against them, but always liked the ones on the sleeve that are just out of the way. Great shot. Flirt with the side pocket a little bit there. That was good. As we see Rubelin in the crowd there.
Another quarterfinal finish for Rublin. She also had a quarterfinal finish in Wisconsin at the World 8-Ball Championships. So just short of greatness here for Rublin in the last 10 days. But still heavily in the mix when these World Championships come along. Big turnaround here from possibly 3-2 Centeno to 3-2 Soa here.
That's a big let off on that 5-ball from Cheska. Soa's going to punish her fully. If she could sprinkle in a break and run here to win the set, that'll really make Cheska think about that missed 5-ball. And pool's such a mental game. Just the smallest little things can distract you and make you think about something you're not supposed to. It's such a high focus game. It takes such an immense amount of concentration. That's part of the reason playing fast can be good. As Eric well knows, it gives you less time to think about all the negative stuff. So breaking rack number 6 here in set 2. Doesn't look like she's going to get one. And the 1-ball has opened up.
Yeah, as long as it has room past the 8, she'll be good here. Left-handed, so on the wrong side of the table.
She shoots okay with the opposite hand. I've seen her shoot this. Yeah, and she's going to switch hands. The hardest thing is like jacked up over a ball with the opposite hand. She just fearlessly plays the combo with 2-rail position on the 1-ball. What a shot that is. With the wrong hand.
Good shot. Wonder if she can draw into the 6 here.
Yeah, that would be handy if the 3 doesn't go, which I don't think it does. Then she'll take a chance to hit half of the 6 on the way by. Just missed it.
Tried to.
Well, and she didn't want to go full into the 6 and be hooked, so she'd rather drive by it, I think, like this. Be able to see the 2 than be hooked. And I don't think the 4's in the way. She can maybe bank the 2 here, Eric.
I think so, and it'll have to be a bank on the 3 after that. Could stun the cue ball up the right long rail. Look out. Shorten up because of the speed. She's got the cue ball behind the 6.
You can see her wave her hand in apology. It's not what she wanted there. It's not what she had intended. There was never really a 2-way in mind there, I don't think.
That ball really backed up on her because of the speed and spin.
Yeah, the rails here on the Predator arc, they're bouncy. They'll straighten out on you. Oh,
as they should with that type of speed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would take a real soft rail for it not to. Oh, it's a good hit. What's going to happen here? Well, she did tie up the 3 a little bit more, but I don't think she's kept Cheska off of shooting this 2-ball. I think this is the type of shot where I think a lot of players play safe because they can't guarantee what they're going to get on the 3, but Cheska just goes for it. She'll figure out the 3 after. Like this. I just don't think a lot of players would have done that. I think they would have played safe on the 2.
I agree.
Yeah, and that might have been the first really reckless play from her that I saw, but she's going to get away with murder here. Like, it seemed a bit too brave to try to get something on the 3, and then it seemed extra brave to try to cut the 3 in there.
Yeah, it's just how she plays, and you know, conversely to how she played in the first set, when she does miss a few, she can tend to throw in a few more. Did she call this? She did. Great shot from Soa.
Beautiful. Yeah, look at this. It was kind of wired in there, but she played it with some side spin to make sure, and she's held decently for the 4 ball, but she's gonna have to deal with a kiss on the 5 here. No avoiding it. Might be the best thing for her, though. She could kiss this 5 to a better spot. Oh, it didn't work out. The double kiss, and it kept it there.
Yeah, especially when the ball you're kicking into is so close to the rail like that, the double kiss comes up more often. And it did there. But a chance to get safe now for Soa.
Trying to get behind the 6, but it's a little heavy. And you can tell she's not thrilled with herself there. She contained the 5, but there's been a few times where her speed's been off on these safeties.
See if Centeno gets aggressive here and tries to play the cue ball between the 6-9. 2 rails around.
You know, for a second, I thought she might just cut it in.
Just left it. Chance for Soa to win the second set now.
I don't think she can do too much from the 5 to the 6, but she doesn't really need to. The 6 is close to the pocket, and the 7's right there, so maybe just a soft draw here, clearing the 9. Well,
narrowly missed, elevating, cueing obstructed a bit, would have never missed it otherwise.
yeah, that's exactly right.
Just a little high on the speed. But that was a chance to win the set. Now Centeno back in action.
Well, that could be a huge moment in the semifinal. If she had won this game, we're all tied up at 1 set each. If she happens to lose this game and lose this set, it's a big hill to climb. And she is going to lose this game. So we'll have a decider in the second set. As Cheska spikes in the 10. Four more events here on the Pro Billiard Series this year. Still Indonesia, Vietnam, Texas, and they're going to finish the year off in Florida, Jacksonville, the home of Predator. And bigger and better next year, I'm sure. It's getting better every year. Prize money is getting bigger. Tournaments are getting more exciting. The venues are unbelievable. They're in Rome, Italy. As we watch Cheska break rack 7 here, the decider in rack set number 2, rather. Nothing happening. And the 1 ball is maybe just available.
I think it is. Gonna have to manage the cue ball playing off the 6. She hits it at light speed, should stay in the proper area.
Oh, she got an unlucky kiss a bit, but I don't know, the bottom spin helped.
Yeah, I didn't mind rolling at that one. The draw was going to bring it closer to the 2, which she didn't want.
Yeah, I thought so too. Just a middle ball or even maybe a high ball on that, but it's okay. She can play a good safe here underneath the 3. Which she's done well.
Only half the 2 coming off the right long rail here for Centeno. Might be forced to take it.
There is like a good result if she was to do that, but she's going for the jump cue, and I can't blame her. It's a tough hit to a half a ball there, and then still have to get a rail after, and the cue ball might have been tracking to the top right. She's called it in by the 9 there. Well, I think she overcut it by design, but she wasn't trying to get it here.
It's a couple rolls for Centeno in this second set where she's been out of control and come up with nothing offensive for Soa. And this is a big one in the Hill game.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Doesn't
the
have
same
any
thing.
part of the 2.
Yeah, nothing on the 2, and just a couple little rubs and rolls, like we mentioned at the start of the match. It's hard for that to be the deciding factor in a best of 5, but it'll have to come back around for Soa, which it has here. It comes and goes. She wasn't far off of making that ball in the pocket she called. Let's see. Does Cheska have the edge here to try to cut it in the top right? That's a kick shot all the way in. Well, this one's going to leave a shot on for Soa. Can't ask for much more than this to try to win this deciding game. She's got it. And a good angle on the 3 to come around for the 4 into the top left, I believe. If she can get this positional shot correct, the rest looks pretty good.
Overhit the
really
speed
heavy
here. Yeah, she was trying to come to the 3rd rail on that one. Just didn't catch as much draw as she expected. Cue ball played off totally differently. Does she have the 4 here, Ben?
I don't think so. It's got to be some kind of safe. Well, from this angle, maybe. Yeah, behind the 8 with the cue ball. And she's done well there because she knew the 4 was going to hit the 9, but she hit it at a good speed where it could kind of get out of there a little bit too. That's a good shot. But you hate to let her back to the table.
Yeah, Centeno really wants a part of the right long rail here, and she's got something with a swerve. Just nicking the 4, leaving some distance, but a makeable one for Soa.
Yeah, I think the speed she needed to hit that at to get enough of the swerve meant that she might not get a rail after contacting the 4. So she probably did the right thing to just make sure she got somewhat of a hit in a rail. But I still think it's going to cost her this game. So I
3
wonder if
rails
she'll
here,
come
Ben. I
around.
think it has to be with the 8.
Yeah, to come around for the 7 in the side, or she looked at the corner for the 7. I like the corners better, but get the wrong
I do
angle on
too.
the 7 here.
Just taking the 9 out of the
Trouble.
play, avoiding the side.
Yeah, if she plays for the side pocket, you see the angle the cue ball's going on there. It can end up behind the 9, but well, she ended up with the side pocket anyway. There's no playing this in the corner. But I'm sure she was playing position for the corner there, right? Overran it a bit.
I think so too. Yeah, overran it by a couple feet.
That's been the story so far for her. Is the cue ball is not quite on a string yet. She's been hitting these shots quite hard. This one's going to slow down perfectly in time. That was good speed.
Well, and so I needed this set. Looks like she's going to come out with the win in game 7 here. She's able to get through these last 3. We definitely have a match on our hands.
She's pointed for the 9 in the side next. This needs to go a little bit. She might have just got there.
Yeah, tougher than she wanted here. Pressure.
Yeah, and you said it best. There is big time pressure out there. Both these players, they know they can win the whole thing. They're only a couple matches away from 55,000.
Oh my goodness,
wow. No way
I
the
didn't
set
think
ends
this-
like that.
I didn't think the scratch was there if she made it, but I don't think she underdrew it either. It was just a little thinner than it looked on screen, and what a turnaround here. Centeno going to take the second set down, and a big upper hand in the overall match now.
Yeah, I think she just overcut the ball is what happened. And look at this. She's not
Maybe.
even going to take the timeout. Yeah, I think maybe she just overcut it a little bit. Be interested to see if we get another view of it here. Huge mistake. Look at this. Yeah, it just gripped it a bit. Maybe it gripped
Just
it
did get
late
it.
or it gripped it early or just, yeah.
It was the thin part of the pocket, and it makes a difference there. Surprising, though. So big turn of events here in set number 2. Centeno's going to take a break, and so is beside herself in her chair. Don't count her out, but Centeno with the advantage going forward. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, and we'll be back for set number 3.
Players are back in the arena. Referee's got the balls racked up. Cheska's going to break first rack here in set number 3.
Can see the updates on screen. Margaret Fefilova taking the first set over Cheyu Cho. I'd consider Cho a small favorite in that match, so good start for Fefilova.
Yeah, absolutely. And she came off a sweater in the last match. I think she just snuck by another Chinese Taipei in a real close one after losing the first set 4-0. It's a good recovery. 4.5 hours they played that match for, Eric.
Yeah, went to the 5th set. But that's got to be draining. Still up to the challenge here.
Yeah, and that's where her conditioning will be very important. And she takes very good care of herself. So stamina's there. As we see a ball down from Cheska and a good safety after the break. Jump cue out for Soa. Just drives by it.
Missed the whole ball, and careful for Soa now. Reeling a little bit.
Yeah, you bring up a good point.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, there's a tilt factor there. And we don't see it too much from the really elite players. They kind of recover better than the rest of us for sure, but she's human. She'll be feeling it.
And
It's
we
just
saw
such
what
a
Soa's
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
capable. In the first set, you know, coming with a 4-0 win and getting off to a good start here.
I mean, she should be happy no matter what happens here, too. Semi-final is an amazing accomplishment in a field as deep as this, although look, the miss from Cheska, that's a big one on a pretty routine shot.
And that's what you're talking about with the loose fundamentals, kind of up on one leg there. Had to elevate over the 10.
Yeah, and it's not like
But
she
good.
approaches every shot dead straight in line and stuff, too. She kind of just gets over there and gets down on the ball, right?
Yeah. It's the kind of misses that can happen.
Yeah, you live and die on that style, that's for sure. But yeah, Soa should
Good
be
let off
happy
here
no matter
for
what
Soa.
happens here. She had a really great performance in the doubles as well. With Savannah, they finished as runner-up. Oh, I can tell just from the body language, like she got the extension out, she used it, and when she was done with it, she just threw it over there somewhere on the chair.
Saw that.
It's such a big difference between down 2-0 in sets and 1-1, right? So that scratch in the last game was just so huge.
And she's over top of the 9 now.
She did pretty good there. That was a hard shot just to get it to where she did. It's so easy to just miss the 7 ball there when you try to play it with any amount of little spin. She made it look easy, and this is not so easy. Wow. Not so smooth on that one, Eric. She looked a little quick on the stroke there.
Well, and even just the whole body language throughout the whole offensive charge there, you know, just kind of looked down on herself, and she had time to recover. I mean, we get it. And as you were saying, the difference between being even in sets and stuck 2 sets is huge, but she's going to have to regroup quickly here.
And dare I say, it might even be already too late. She's got to try to get some momentum on her side after a couple mistakes. And you can see Cheska, she's not too thrilled about it either, but she'll take the win.
Yeah, head in her hands, negative body language.
Well, I know she's super young still, but I mean, there is a stamina factor out there as well. She had a long match this morning against Rubelin, 2.5 hours, and she had a long run in the doubles. I mean, it's draining. Pool's a very draining game, mentally and physically. Is there a chance she's maybe just running out of gas a bit? This girl seems to have plenty in the tank. As we watch her break and put the one right over the hole for Soa. Well, that's what she needed to get back in this one.
Yeah, she went with the power square break this time. Did catch a little cut, but definitely added more power than she had in her previous breaks there. Couldn't find one.
From what I've seen and from my experience playing on the Pro Billiard Series a couple of events, that break is very speed dependent. I see the players hit it like as hard as they can and it doesn't seem to work. And when they take a little off, that one ball seems to not get kissed as much, but obviously very rack dependent, I think. Maybe the biggest factor, just the way the balls settle in the triangle.
I agree. I think the player that I saw ever get it going the most consistently was Fedor Gorst, and he just kind of had that 60% speed when hitting it square.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah, Fedor. Because he has big power, but he didn't use it. He just went, yeah, about 60%. Seemed to work good. Balls are spread nice here. She's got to get out this time. It's an absolute must. Correct side of the 6. Good shot there. She wants a good angle on the 7 ball next because the 8 needs to go on the same side. That 6 ball just went. Don't think she would chance playing the 8 to the bottom left or something. Goes pretty comfortable on the side.
Slightly too much angle, but you can come around 3 rails now.
Yeah, stopped
Might
in her
get
tracks here a bit.
Yeah, might get a little too much angle if she tries to play the 9 on the side. So going to go all the way to the corner. How's the speed? It's good.
It's really good. What a great shot. Easy to overhit that one and end up on the side rail and a mile away. Easy to underhit it and not really have a shot. She puts a 9 right in the middle, and it's the 10 to tie this 3rd set. It's just what she needed. A run out after the dry break from Cheska. Looks to be a good amount of fans in there today, Eric. Imagine they're enjoying this world-class pool. All the best players in the world on the females game doing battle here.
Cho and Fefalova are tied at 2 each in the 2nd set. So close battle over there.
Smile here on TV. Looks like they're enjoying the match. The Filipino crowd especially. As we watch Soa break rack 3. Watching for a ball, but Is the 8-ball going to get there? It isn't.
Yeah, so coming with a little more power, adding some body movement into the break.
Yeah, and you hate this because any momentum you just had, instantly squashed. 1 ball's over the pocket for Cheska.
Both players a little on the low side.
2 and the 3 already there. She's so fast.
Both players a little on the low side on the overall break success. 33% for Centeno, 20% for Soa. Just going to have a positional challenge on this one. 2 rails forward, I think. Oh, yeah, there she goes.
Yeah,
how's the speed? Needs to go. Can lay behind the 5.
Yeah, it's a layup safety, right? Should be able to freeze her up good here. It's pretty good. I think the distance the 4-ball is off the rail there is the key. If you put it too close to the rail, it becomes makeable on the kick shot. From here, it's super low percentage that she would actually pocket the ball on the kick. But you favor her to get at least a little bit close, hit the correct side of the 4.
Wow. Oh, look at that, Ben.
Wow, what a shot that is.
You're right.
Maybe Cheska put it in the perfect
Yeah, no, it wasn't high percentage there, but great. Perfectly judged by Soa.
That's the kind of shot she needs to get herself going. It's always just one good shot away from waking up, you know?
Another good one. One more tester here for Soa. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Can focus on the pocketing.
Oh, we've seen that exact same miss to that side of the pocket over and over again. Not just from her, but we saw like 1 or 2 from Sentinel like that too. Watch this, not that close. They want to go in off the other side of the pocket, if anything.
Yeah, especially with the new cloth. You can slide it in off the long rail, and Soa shook here.
Struggling, for sure. It's not what we're used to seeing from her. She's usually so steady and so calm under pressure, and you know, maybe it has a lot to do with Cheska is just in top form lately, and it'll make you think about things a little extra.
Yeah, the intimidation factor is real, and if there's any player in the female game that has it, it's Centeno.
Yeah, there's something to playing fast like that that's super intimidating. You know, you take 10 minutes to run out a tough table, you're up 1-0, and 35 seconds later it's 1-1. You think, well, how come it was so easy for her? As we watch this 10-ball for 2-1 here in set 3.
Centeno smelling blood now.
Yeah, and she is the type of player that definitely does, as do all good players. They know when the win is there and when to rise to take it. Just such a good shot on the 5, and then she just let herself down on the 6-ball. Like, the kick shot was beautiful. Then the 5 was not easy. And then she missed the easiest of the 3.
Yeah, this looked like she cued it bad. Caught a bit of right spin. Centeno up at 8.15 for the overall performance.
And we hear it from players, and it sounds weird, but the straight shots are the hardest ones. And that's why.
You got to cue perfect.
Yeah, if you just hit a little unwanted side spin, you're going to push it offline. That's what happened there. The 1 ball goes in, but the 2 is way up table. behind the 6. Does she kick or does she push here, Eric?
Nothing wrong with the kick. See exactly how much coverage she has with the 2 playing over to the left side of the table.
Maybe it's just too far away. Maybe it's a push to the kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe too far away, and with the cue ball on the rail, it wasn't worth it, but she's played a smart shot, and she's forced Soa to shoot this. She can't give it back. That's really good. Really, really well done. Oh, the players are so good now with the kick safeties. It's hard to find a good spot to push to. Two rails similar to the shot we saw from Soa in the last rack. She wants to hit that bottom rail first. Then the 2. Wow. Very close. And a good shot.
Good shot. Hitting the proper side of the ball where she was going to get safe a lot of the time. Soa going all in. Well, Centeno won't be afraid to try to load this up with right spin and just kind of roll the dice here. I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah, to try to cut it in and just take whatever she can get on the 3. I think she will. Where's the safe coming from is the question. Maybe underneath the 3-8?
I think it would be. And that's the problem with trying to cut it in. The position's not guaranteed. Here she goes. She's got it.
Yeah.
And she's on the 3. Oh,
it's just another one of those shots where I'm surprised that she would take it on because position's not guaranteed, but she's so fearless. She just figures she'll take what she can get, and I think she can just see this. Just.
Yeah, I thought she was blocked, but she was going for the powder, actually. She's on it.
Oh, yeah, look at this great camera angle, and you can see the fire in her eyes. She definitely smells a finish line here. She looked fierce there. And it should be noted, what an opportunity for her this week to win back-to-back world titles only a week apart. Has it ever been done?
Yeah. No, just an awesome 10-day run. No way it's been done in that short a period of time, and just the amount of mental strain it takes to win one tournament and being able to come back like this. Stuff that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's on a new level, right? This is a new era of play. Unbelievable. She's going to be a few balls and just one rack away from the final. The 10 ball for 3-1. She's not messing around out there. So
Great
I wonder,
out, just creating from nothing on that one.
Yeah, look at this shot. Look at this shot. And the next one was just as good. That's such a hard shot, that one, to draw it over there for the 4 like that from a mile away. So good. And she'll be breaking to try to get herself in the final. And on the other table, they're tied 3-3 in the second set. It's a big game over there. One game to decide the second set winner there as we watch Cheska with a break. Look for the one in the side. It gets kissed, but it goes in the corner. And the two balls coming around.
It's on.
Shot.
And if this match does finish early, can flip over to table 2 on Pro Billiard TV and watch the conclusion over there. Final will be tomorrow. You can check ProBilliardSeries.com for the timing on that one.
I believe they've got it for 1:30. Yeah, 1:30 p.m. local time in Rome. That's when the final's scheduled for. And we're telling you this because this might be the beginning of the end right here. She's got to look at the 3. If she can get to the 4, the rest is there.
Good
And it's
high
not
speed
the best
fire
match.
from Centeno.
Not the best match we've seen from Soa, but Centeno really just put it on her right from the start, you know?
Yeah, got her stuck out of the gate. Struggled a little bit in the second set. But that 9-ball scratch from Soa really turned things here. And Centeno looking to close it out in fashion. She's going the wrong way, going to the 7. She can run into the 8 and take a little more distance. I think that's what she's going to have to settle on here.
Well, and I think that's what she does. But I don't know if every player does that. So I'm trying to get a little closer, but distance doesn't seem to be a factor with this lady. Yeah, she's going for a little extra, and what a stroke that is.
Came up good here.
Yeah, I guess if you can do that, then you do that, right? You just get closer to it. Nice shot.
And she's there now. Looking to be in her second world final in 10 days. 2 titles in a row, possibly. Look out, she's overdrawn it. To the point where she might have to bank it, Ben. How thin is this one?
I think she plays the bank, Eric. I think she plays the bank. I think it's too thin. She might have got a little excited there. And you can't blame her, like you said. Second final in the course of 10 days. Big shot.
No.
It's not there. And it's not over yet for Soa.
Wow, just no need to overdraw the ball that much.
Yeah, even just stop shot, right? But the draw does grip pretty easy on this Simonis. We see it time and time again. Might be near the pocket, but it's not easy. Oh, she's done really well there. She needs a kiss on the 10. Well, bit of a tester on the 10 ball to stay alive here. I think she's still a big favorite to make it. But it's nervy out there. She's got it right in the middle. She's still in this match.
Wow, if Soa's able to come back from this spot, this will be one of the most unlikely comebacks we've ever seen.
Wow, and
Still
even if
needs
she
to
can just win, yeah, just win this game and get it to Hill, it's going to leave Cheska thinking about how did she not get out there? As we watch this Hill game on the other TV table. Big game here. Margaret at the table with a chance to take a 2-set lead.
Furthest Margaret's been in the World Championship is the semifinals. Once in the World 8-Ball. So this will be a personal best if she's able to make the finals here this week. Let off on the speed.
Just a correction on the cloth there too. It's not Simonis. It's Predator Arcadia Reserve. And I believe it's made by Simonis. Is that correct, Eric?
I think so. I think they just made a partnership. But yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I wasn't way out to lunch then. That's good. Good break here and a shot. And a good spread. Jacked up over the 5. This might be the key shot. If she can get on the 2, the rest looks nice. Wow, shot. If this goes to another set, we might see the tables turned where it'll be Cheska beside herself for not finishing it off in the last rack.
Yeah, I think she's a little more resilient, and I'm not saying so is not. It just so happened in this match that one mistake seemed to affect her a little more. But I think Soa just kind of, Centeno just kind of goes out and plays the balls. But yeah, after a really high percentage chance to win the match, it'll be in her mind a bit. And Soa looking for her first break-in run of the match here. It's all there, Ben.
What a time to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect timing. But yeah, I agree. I think with Cheska's style of play too, it doesn't leave a lot of time to think about, you know, missing the last ball or something, as we see Soa with a patch problem too on the shirt.
Not the patch jinx again.
Got to get these patches in the right place. And she's starting to look more confident out there. Seems to have regained the confidence a little bit. And that extra chance in the last rack will renew your faith a little bit. Think maybe she's not ready to beat me yet. I always tell myself when my opponent makes a mistake like that right at the end, I say, oh, I guess they just don't want to win.
Yeah, and I agree, and it's just kind of a confidence boost, kind of a free roll mentality after escaping something like that.
Exactly. That's exactly right. A bit of a free roll here for Soa. She's going to feel like she was packing up her cues already in the last rack, and suddenly this 10 ball for 3-3. Nice break and run to do it. That was the shot. Power shot on the 1 ball, jacked up over the 5. That was sweet. Everything else was there after that. So we talk about her fundamentals lots. They teach to have that bridge arm straight. I know you teach a lot of pool, Eric. Do you teach to have the bridge arm straight?
Like I like it bent. I like it bent. Perfect. I know it's a little unconventional, but yeah.
No, I teach it that way too. I teach it bent a little because I think a lot of players get bad shoulder problems in their bridge arm. But next time we get a chance to watch Soa, I think her elbow's bent the other way. It's so straight.
Yeah, some people are
You
just kind
watch.
of double jointed in the other way. One ball down
Exactly, yeah. And I think she maybe is. Oh, the 8 spoils the show. It looked like she was going to get a shot there. Starting to figure out the break, these girls. That was a good break. 1 ball straight in the side. Cue ball was controlled nicely, but you can't stop this from happening. It's just part of the game, part of the break format. It's so hard to push here. She'd love to find some kind of safety off the edge of the 2. But she's looking at the push. And she's called the push.
I do like the thin safe trying to line the cue ball up with the 6-10. That seems decently high percentage. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm missing on that one.
Maybe it's thinner than it looks on the camera, but I'm with you. Absolutely. That's what I saw too. And she didn't pin this cue ball on the rail, I think, is big trouble. I don't think you want to let Cheska see this much of the cue ball. She won't be handing this one back, I can't imagine.
Ideally, if she can get into the left side of the 2 here without hitting the 8th, that'll play okay. What was that, Ben? Wow.
If she played it like that, it's incredible to move all the balls and stun follow the cue ball down, knowing where the 2 would still go up table somehow.
I need a replay on that one to understand. Called the 3?
She moved all.
Could it have
moved
been?
all the balls.
Huh.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it by her playing the 3 ball there. Well, this might not get the job done. That's not where she wanted to put it, and that's a few safeties just like that. She hasn't put her behind the ball when she arguably should have. And Cheska might bury her behind the 9 here, and it could be lights out.
Close enough. Looks like Soa's going to have a jump opportunity. She is. She'll be calling the 3 here. Match on the line.
Kind of a tricky layout. She'd be good to not move the 5 here. No, not only because she'll not give ball in hand, but I think the 5 maybe doesn't pass the 9, and that 6 and 7 is on the same side, makes it a little tough. But yeah, trying to make the 3 here.
She got it, but the cue ball's in again.
Oh, that bottom left corner is just eating her alive in this match. Watch this, such a good shot, but the cue ball.
Biggest question here for Centeno is how much room the 5 has past the 9. To get ideal position on the 6, she's going to have to draw it and hit it with speed. So she's going to want a full pocket there. Seems okay. Body language seems okay, that she's not too worried, but taking an extra second here.
Yeah, it's super tight by there, so she's getting closer to it. I don't know, she could have landed much better on this.
No, she's got the absolute perfect angle here. And nice and close, so she can target the right long rail if she needs to.
Oh, great camera angle
She's
there.
good.
Shows us she had the whole pocket. One more good position away. She's going to drag this one.
Well, a couple hill sets here. A couple scratches from Soa in the hill game. A little tough on the last one. But looks like Centeno's going to come away with it here.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be missing position on the 9 ball this time. This is a good angle. The 10 ball to get into the final. It's her second final in only 10 days. What a great match from Cheska. And congrats to Soa. She gets a very sporty semifinal finish. But it'll be Cheska moving into tomorrow's final. Any last thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, Cheska's looking good. She's going to be tough to beat. 850 overall player overall performance in this match. Set 2 was big here for Soa, and she'll be sleeping a little lighter tonight. Can move over to table 2. Pavlova, and what's the other player, Ben? Sorry.
Rita Chow.
And Joe, sorry.
She's down 2-0 in sets. Rita is down 2-0. But yeah, head on over there, guys, and watch that one, the conclusion over there. See who's going to meet Cheska in the final tomorrow. Thanks to all of you viewers out there for joining us today, and a special thanks to Predator and all those amazing sponsors for bringing us this live action. You can catch that final tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. local time in Rome, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. $55,000 to the winner. Going to be some exciting stuff. So from all of us here at the Pro Billiard Series and myself, Ben Francis, Eric Orlifson, we wish you a good night. See you tomorrow.